It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom and the... I don't think the rest of that applies, but you get what I mean. Welcome back to Sodi Pop on YouTube. I am Matt, and today is Thursday, December the 2nd. I want to talk a little bit about VEVE and how well they are currently doing. It may seem from these little charts and prices that the VEVE price is doing well today. Well, in the past month, it's actually down. And then if you look at the NFTs, all of these Disney Gold NFTs, well, if you got them at the drop at the 60, but they are recently down. You know, you have Wally that is down. It was up to almost $800,000. You have Homer and Bart that was definitely past $1,000. The skateboard that was also past. Elsa has maintained a little bit. The Mickey Sorcerer's hat was definitely mid 2000s. The Pizza Planet truck was all up there. Even the partner statue was up past 10K easily. All of them and pretty much most of the other collectibles have dropped a bit. A lot of people, I'm seeing a lot of worry, especially on Reddit and places where people want to, just let their frustration out, that there is a sense of dread in the markets, and I understand that. And by the way, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. These are just things I tell my sisters and what I would personally do. But patience is definitely key. Patience is how money is transferred from the inpatient to the patient, as so Warren Buffett says. And I think when we're in a bull market for crypto, in general, things will go up. But as you can see here, yes, there are ups and downs, a lot of them. But I just wanted to pay some respect to just how well Ikomi Omi is doing. I'm gonna play a little clip from a big YouTuber, and his name is Elliot Trades. He just had a big launch. He has a company or a crypto called Super Farm. What they are is a launch platform. They've dropped a few of their other NFTs. They're very good. He's a good YouTuber. He brings some really great value to the space. A very smart guy. And they just launched this high-rise creature club. Now, this high-rise creature club is already a metaverse that people use. It's super popular. I checked it out. Primarily female audience, which is pretty cool and pretty unique as far as the space of gaming. Really interesting. You can see these are minting for 0.04 ETH. Let's just go ahead and do a little math. Ethereum is what, around 4,000 right now? Let's get the exact number. It's right around 4,000, but we'll go back to that Ikomi price and just check out Ethereum. Okay, 4,500. Let's take that price. 4,500 times 0.04, so it's $180 per one of these things, and it's on Immutable X. That's what the actual VEVE will be launching on. So it's a second layer, so you don't have to pay all the Ethereum gas fees. That's great. So it is going to be a true about $180 to $200 to mint one of those. I wanted to show you a little clip of him talking about that, and then we're gonna compare and contrast VEVE.
Knows who might not have been following, we just had the first drop begin here for the Immutable X launchpad on Superfarm, and we have this amazing project, the High Rise Creature Club. And what essentially happened is there were over 2,000 requests to mint the High Rise Creature Club in the first second that this drop went live, which is essentially a third of the whitelist, a third of all of the possible purchases happening in 1 second, which was more load than was initially estimated, considering there was a 3-hour window that was provided for the drop. And so in this particular circumstance, it definitely completely crashed everything. This is in some ways, obviously annoying, but everyone who is supposed to mint on the whitelist will get their chance. The whitelist is being extended 24 hours, so everyone is going to get their chance to mint. But yeah, pretty much here we had over 2,000 mint requests in the first second, which is awesome for the project. As you can see here on the secondary, we're already seeing the floor price here over 20x. For almost 0.9. The original mint price was 0.04. So obviously people are very excited to get their hands on this drop. Everything will be worked out, and everyone who is supposed to be on the whitelist will get a chance to mint over the next 24 hours. We've scaled everything up, all the choke points. To be clear, on a technical level, there is a number of unique things that needed to be done for the Immutable X launchpad that are totally different from the Ethereum mainnet launchpad, which essentially we got surprised by some of the load in certain choke points. We've scaled everything up and we'll be relaunching with absolutely massive overhead in just the next few minutes. So make sure you're watching the Elio Trades Twitter and the Superfarm Twitter, and we will keep you guys updated. Whitelisters, take your time. You'll have 24.
All right, so that is just to show you how difficult, number one, it is to launch some of these NFTs. I mean, again, to put that in perspective, VEVE has over 2 million downloads, accounts, a million concurrent users at any given time during the month. Of course, we're waiting for another AMA. Hopefully we'll get some updated numbers, but you can bet there's just more and more people all the time. Elio, who is pretty well known, very well known, I'd say, in the crypto community. He has what, 500,000 subscribers here on YouTube. He's definitely known in the NFT space. He definitely helped push some of the early NFTs, the Yacht Club, the Moody Crows, all that great stuff. They had 2,000 the first second. I mean, VEVE has hundreds of thousands probably in the first second. And they have gotten a lot of crap for it, to be honest. And some of it deservedly so. You know, the app has been slow and stuff. But I'm just saying, VEVE's really only been around and launched for a year. Yes, they were working harder and far before that with artists and then trying to secure all these licensees, and that just goes to show you how far ahead they are. Also, this Yacht Club, this is something that is launching on Immutable X. This High-Rise Creature Club, I meant to say High-Rise Creature Club, it is apparently very popular. It was the first I was hearing of it. I actually went ahead and looked it up, and it is pretty popular. They have a lot of users and such. But is it a Disney? Is it a Marvel? Is it a DC? You know, I think they're minting several thousand or 10,000 of these creatures. You know, here it is on Immutable X. You see the price is 0.2 ETH. That is, again, 10. Well, I mean, if they sell it, that will be 5x, and then some of these are for crazy prices. They haven't even been revealed yet as to what they are. So if they are selling for these prices, they're just insanity. And that's the thing we're not realizing, is that the success of VEVE is really unmatched entirely in this space. Elio Trades, very successful, but even he had trouble. And of course, anyone's going to have trouble. VEVE, with the licenses, the recognizability, the quality, these are all going to be kind of like 2D things happening. I think you will be able to play them in the High-Rise Crypto Club, so maybe your avatar will have special attributes. Still waiting to hear exactly on that. But the point is, VEVE is incredibly successful. Again, 2,000 in the first second, that is nothing. And then look at these prices. Look at what people are valuing them for. VEVE is locked off. We only have one exchange really in the US as far as OMI. You know, we're looking at the price of OMI here, and OMI is just a tiny little fraction, but no one can really buy it. When the VEVE app actually offers OMI and my sisters, my friends can buy it who don't really know crypto at all, they'll probably toss in a few bucks. Also, if it gets added to not even a tier 1 exchange like Coinbase, but a tier 2 like a Kraken or a KuCoin, something that is pretty high volume and pretty popular and pretty safe. That's the thing, is there's just really no access to it. Yes, you can talk all day. There's a lot about the max supply and the burn rate and everything, and they have two different piles. In general, it is being used a ton. The OMI token and the VEVE app seem very separated right now between price action and everything that's going on. Obviously, OMI just had a nice little bump up in the recent day, and NFTs have been dropping, and there's all these ifs, ands, and buts. You know, the NFTs are their own market, and then once they finally open up to the Immutable X market here, there will be more and more players. So it's going to be very interesting going forward, but my entire point is that VEVE as an app, as an NFT purveyor, is absolutely killing it to some of the major things. Obviously, there's just the CryptoPunks and the Bored Ape Yacht Club have just taken people by storm, but those are some of the originals, and they're so pumped and they're just out of reach. Most NFTs are just sitting there gathering dust right now, and there's going to be some that pop off every once in a while, but what has the cachet to last the test of time? Well, obviously we know these brands do. Disney and Marvel, DC, you have the Powderpuff Girls, all these Cartoon Network things, and they are the first ever of those versions. So you talk about their competitors, you talk about Recur or something similar, they might launch a DC comic, they might launch something, a Batman, a Spider-Man. Doesn't matter, the first ever was on VEVE. Now I do have some concerns, and I'll be going over that in a video in the future, very near future, as far as concerns, and if I think those will be remedied or if they will be solved. But again, I'm just super excited about this space in general. I think some of their competitors are going to be really cool, and I'm going to be signing up for all of them. VEVE to me was the most exciting for the longest time. I got it in March 2nd, I think was the first time I bought, but I heard about them a lot earlier because my style of looking at stuff, investing, I take a while, I have to trust it. Plus I ask a lot of friends to reflect and see what they think about it. Not a lot of my close friends around here are really nerdy in that way, so I wasn't getting, they're like, oh yeah, cool, it sounds interesting, but not a whole lot of great feedback. So it's been so fun to interact with everyone in the community, everyone who's been watching. And by the way, I will be making more content as far as video games because I'm playing Pokemon Pearl. I have a lot of thoughts on that as well. Anyways, let me know down below what you think about the success of VEVE, what you think about it compared to other projects, what you think its strengths and weaknesses are. Maybe I have some of the same that will be in an upcoming video. Of course, I'll be doing live streams of pretty much every drop from here on out. They're mostly in the mornings for me around 8 a.m., so it's just perfect. And eventually being having some giveaways, some games, but it's been an absolute pleasure. Remember,
be yourself
and eat a cookie. Bye.